back, everybody, to another episode of Esbros Talks.
What's up?
Today is Sunday, September 17, 2023, and I think I'm going to lose my fantasy league, man.
We were just watching your plans unravel
right
now.
Yeah, man. The guy I'm playing only has like 2 extra players that haven't played, and he's already like 10 points away from me, so...
It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Travis Kelce, man. What's up?
Yeah.
Take 1 week off and you just forget how to catch balls? Or what happens with that, man?
For real, man. He's making catches that he's not making catches that he should be catching, man.
Yeah. That's why we're going to compare him to Gronk. No, I'm kidding. I don't know enough to like make
Victor was telling me earlier that he saw a debate on Gronk and Kelce.
Yeah.
And I don't know enough about them to make a decision. Mm-hmm. But I think Gronk's better just because he has more rings.
More rings. And they're both like fun, like big personality guys. But I think Gronk is hilarious, man.
Yeah,
Gronk
I think he's a little more playful.
Yeah.
You know what I saw?
Go
ahead.
Gronk is like a total bro.
Yeah.
Like he's a bro. Like when you hear him talk about like his college stories, like that guy in college was just slamming down beers
and fucking hoes
and having sex with a bunch of blonde girls, dude. That's all he was doing. But I'm sure Kelce probably too, but
a little more low key.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I saw a commercial during the game we were watching, and it was a State Farm commercial, right? Mm-hmm. You know how Mahomes is a spokesperson for them now?
Yeah.
He was trying. The skit was that Patrick Mahomes' name is Mahomes, and they were trying to change Kelsey's last name to Ma Auto, because it's My Homes and My Auto.
Oh,
like because the insurance companies, they're like, it's the perfect combo. Yeah, just change it to Ma Auto. And then even the coach starts calling him Ma Auto. Yeah. And
dude,
I was like, that's good.
Insurance commercials are the best.
Dude, they're hilarious, right?
Why do you think that is? Like, there's so many industries and insurance commercials. Like, we all know them. Like, we all know Flo, the progressive lady. Mm-hmm. We all know Jake from State Farm. Mm-hmm. We all know the Geico lizard.
Liberty.
Yes.
Liberty.
Limu.
It's because they have so much money, man. Like, think about it. All those people get a monthly payment from people, and they don't ever... Sometimes people don't even use their insurance. They don't have to pay out.
Yeah.
And so they get all that money.
Not using it, right? I mean, most of the time you're not using
At least
your
I hope
insurance.
so, man.
You're just paying it.
Yeah. So they probably hire, like, great comedy writers, bro. They're like, hey... That guy from SNL, we want him for the commercial. You know, imagine they got Dave Chappelle on an insurance commercial, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised, dude. You know what I also think it is that insurance is inherently like the most boring industry.
True.
Like, there's nothing fun about an insurance company.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So I think they really got to spice it up and make these commercials to like make you want to join whoever that.
So you think because baseline is so boring, anything they do after that is like, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. You know, I still love the discount double check one, bro.
Discount double check. Peyton Manning. Yeah. No, that wasn't Peyton Manning.
It was
was it Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers.
Discount double check.
R.I.P. your Achilles, man.
Yeah,
but
dude, poor guy. Dude, he's not even 40 yet. He's about to be 40.
He's like 39.
39. Yeah. I was hoping he'd have like a Brett Favre thing where he like leaves
and then
comes back
and then leaves and then comes back.
Yeah.
Brett Favre didn't like do amazing though when he came back.
No, but I mean, he's still like, this guy's old as shit.
Yeah,
he should be in a wheelchair right now.
Dude, well, I know, but I think I want to look up how old Brett Favre was, because I think Tom Brady went older
farther than Brett Favre.
And age wise, yeah,
really.
Brady was 45. Dude still looks 30.
45?
Yeah, he's like 46 right now or something.
No way.
Yeah, let me see.
I had no idea. His face looks a little sunken in.
How old was Brett Favre when he finally retired? Let's see if it does me any good. 41. When he retired for the final time in 2010.
Wow.
And it was like the biggest joke where it's like, dude, give up, man. Like, you're so old. Like, you know?
Wow.
And yeah, Brady was winning Super Bowls at like 44.
Wow.
I think that's when he won his last one. 43, 44.
With Tampa Bay? Is that
Tampa Bay, yeah.
That's
cool, his last one.
Wow, what a guy. What's he doing now? He's divorced now, isn't he?
I don't know if they like got officially divorced, but I know they were separated for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Do you know why?
Because of football.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because so Tom Brady kept saying like, I think this is my last year. And so
then
Giselle
he kept
was
coming
like,
back.
Oh, good, you know. Where is she from? I don't know where Giselle's from.
She's like Italian, isn't she?
Maybe. She's got to be Roman with that freaking face.
Something, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, and then he was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go back. And then so she was like, well, then fine, then I'm gonna leave your ass.
You're gonna leave your ass.
Yeah.
And shit. How old is this kid?
I don't know. He has multiple kids though, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got multiple kids. I think they're still kind of young, like little kids.
Like little kids?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, He's the one making all the money. Like, why
Whoa,
don't you?
Giselle.
She's a model, huh?
She's a supermodel,
Oh,
dude. She
that's
is
right.
I think
That's
she
right.
has more money than Tom Brady.
No way.
I think she does.
Because of all her endorsements, or what?
Well, yeah, because she was like for a long time she was like the most famous supermodel in the world. Let's look up.
I don't
What do
even
you
know
what do
her
you think
name.
Tom
What?
Brady's net worth is?
I don't know, like $2 billion or something.
No, 2 billion.
Look it up. Look it up.
I think his net worth is 400 million.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right. Let's see.
300 million.
300
million.
What about his wife? What's
What
his
a-
wife's name?
I like how we see like 300 million. What a broke bitch. Like that's all you made.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 300 million. All right. Now Giselle, let's see. I think she's probably worth like I'm going to say 450.
Her name's Giselle.
Giselle, yeah. Let's see. I don't even know how to spell Giselle. What the Giselle Bryant net worth. Oh no, not Bryant. That's someone else. Giselle.
Is it Brady? Is it Giselle Brady?
Is it Brady?
I don't see her.
Tom Brady's wife. Who the hell is it? How do you Tom Brady's wife. Let's see her name. Come on, Google, work with me. Wi-Fi here. Giselle Bunchden with the U with the two little dots at the end.
Oh, wow.
All right. Yeah, married from 2009 to 2022. So that means they're done. They're divorced.
Wow.
So let me see her net worth.
Poor guy. Retires and then he loses his wife too, man.
Yeah. He's Tom Brady though, man. I'm sure he's not struggling in that department.
Sure, he's going the Leo DiCaprio route, dude.
Giselle Brunchton. Let's see her net worth. Her net worth is 400 million.
Wow.
So
beat him by 100 million?
Yeah, beat him by $100 million, dude.
Wow.
So you would think like, oh, Tom Brady's wife?
Yeah.
He's bringing home the big bucks for that household, but no,
it's
man.
actually her.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Supermodels, that's you know what's funny?
What?
That's an industry that nobody gives a shit that women make way more than men in that industry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, they're making all the... Hold on, I'm trying to see if we actually are live. Okay, we are. Nice.
We are? All right.
Because it wasn't showing up on there.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. Would you ever be a model? You could probably be a model. Little known fact, everybody.
Thank you for that, but
Victor actually has a permanent six-pack on him that never... He could eat 20 cheeseburgers and the thing will still bulge out.
It's a skinny guy six-pack, but thank you.
A six-pack nonetheless, bro.
Nonetheless.
A six-pack of beer is a six-pack of beer, bro.
I will take pride in that until the day I don't have it.
You never thought about being a supermodel?
I will not let that day happen.
Or just a model in general?
If I had the face for it, maybe. I'm not
saying... You don't
saying
think you have the face or what?
No.
You got the high cheekbones.
I've seen beautiful men in person, and I am humble enough to know that I'm not Jabba the Hutt or anything, but no, I'm not a super... Thank you for thinking
do
that.
It, bro. I think we should try that. We make album covers, and we don't look half bad.
Yeah. Maybe if we were to get like jacked, like just shredded, super aesthetic bodies, maybe we'd have some shot of like some kind of modeling
for underwear.
It would probably just be like standing outside of Abercrombie or something. That's probably stealing, you know.
We're like gonna be like full clothing models because they don't want to see any inch of
hand models.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Modeling watches and stuff, man.
Dude, have you ever looked into hand modeling? There's this guy. I watched a video on this guy. I think he's like the most popular hand model. He's a young dude. He's like 30, and it's crazy, man. He's a light skinned dude, right?
Black.
And he has he's black light skinned. But and some of the stuff he's in, I was watching like the editing process. Dude, they edit his skin to be white sometimes because he's so light skinned. He can be either be like he's the perfect tone to like either edit to be darker or edit to be lighter.
Wow.
And they do both to him. It's crazy. I was like, wow, they don't got multiple. They got one guy.
Mm-hmm.
They just edit the shit out of his skin.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Do you
crazy.
think that's like unethical? Like, do you think?
I mean,
you know how people get upset for like blackface and like, does anyone care? Like, that's a weird predicament because it's a black guy,
and then
but
they're
he's
making him
light skinned.
I think it's a double standard that people get mad over these people, but they're not getting mad over this guy.
Right.
But it's a hand model too. I mean, you're gonna get mad at a hand.
I maybe if
give
it was like
hand
his
models
face or
rights.
something.
Yeah. Give hand models rights. Blah, 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 blah.
The new SAG strike.
Exactly.
For hand models.
Exactly, bro. What's a SAG strike? Oh, the writers.
The writers and the actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, going back to the hand thing, that's do you think that's because if it was his face, everyone would have a problem with it. But because it's his hand and because he's black, no one cares.
Yeah, it's true.
Interesting. Because if it was a white guy and they like turned down the whatever the
turned up the melanin meter?
turned in the melanin meter and turned it to like a black hand, people would probably be upset now.
Oh yeah, for sure, probably if somebody found out, because the video I saw had like millions of views. So I'm like, somebody had to have noticed this too, man. Yeah, that's crazy. He does like the iPhone. He's like, anything fits in my hand, and that's why he's the hand model.
Oh, does he have like big hands?
No, he has perfect hands. If I'm being honest, like he has like an iPhone, and they're big enough to where this one's probably too big, but he has one where it's like, this looks like a little toy. He's like, he holds it like this, and it's awesome, bro.
It's crazy that there's like a freaking science to everything. Yeah, like there's an art and science to everything. Just holding a phone for a picture is, you got to hold it in a certain way. And
yeah, man. That's why if you can't find a job, you're not looking hard enough, man.
Do you think you have any features that you think you could be a model for something? Like
me personally,
because there's models for everything. Like there's models like for hands, there's models for like necks, for like necklaces.
If there was a company that sold clothes for average pasty guys, that'd be right up my alley. That'd be where bro. You'd be. Yeah, that'd be for sure me. Or I could do. You ever know what ThinkGeek was?
ThinkGeek.
ThinkGeek.com.
I've heard of it, but
so
I don't know.
If anybody doesn't know, ThinkGeek.com was a website that sold like niche products for like nerds basically. Like if you like Star Trek, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings or anything, they sold like stuff
pertaining to
that shit. Yeah, and the models that they used, they weren't like good looking people. They were like just regular Joes. And I'm like, I could do that shit.
They want to make it realistic.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I could do that.
You know what's funny with models though is that like, even though some of them you see them and you're like, okay, obviously that person is like gorgeous. Some models I think are funny looking. Like some models that I think are like, how are you a supermodel? Like,
I think those are the better ones.
You think?
Yeah.
Because they fit more like a...
Like they just stand out.
Right.
You know, because you see all these pretty people and then you see the guy with freckles and orange hair and you're like, oh, what's he wearing?
Yeah.
You know, what they put on that guy.
Right.
At least that's what I notice. I find myself just looking at them more. Like the, what's that? The Down syndrome lady?
There's a model with Down syndrome?
In Victoria's Secret. You didn't know that?
What?
Dude, there's a Down syndrome lady in Victoria's Secret.
I need to see this immediately.
Dude, you're gonna be like, she's kind of hot.
Dude, well, have you seen all the videos of like,
what?
There's videos of girls with Down syndrome, but that have like nice bodies, and so they'll do like the little dances and stuff, and the comment sections are hilarious, man.
Oh, like on TikTok, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the comments are all like, "I'm down if she down," like just all kind, like just like I need a special type of lady. Look.
That's her.
And she's a Victoria's Secret model.
She's a Victoria's Secret model.
She has abs and stuff, dude. She's shredded. Wow. Good for her. Who would have thought that, like, when her parents found out, like, hey, your child is going to have Down syndrome. Yeah. They were like, well, she could just be a Victoria's Secret model.
This is just her face, but this is, like, on one of the Victoria's Secret ads.
Wow. I hope she's getting paid handsomely, man.
Yeah. I'm sure she has people that, like, take care of her finances.
Yeah,
because I don't think...
they would just leave her in charge with all that. Like, here's $1 million, and like, what am I gonna do? With this.
So let me ask you this, right? So you got the Victoria's Secret model lady. So say you find a very attractive, autistic girl in your, or Down syndrome girl, whatever.
Okay, well, there's a big difference though between having autism and being
sorry,
Down syndrome.
my bad, bro, my bad. What's that lady have?
Down syndrome. Yeah.
If you find a very like her, if you say you find her, she's not a Victoria's Secret model. She's like, I don't know. You find her at a coffee shop. Like, how ethical is it for you to go up and like try and get her phone number?
How ethical is it?
Like first off, would you even go up to her? Would you find her attractive?
I'm gonna be completely honest, and I would say that like, I would think no, just from.
But that's not what your dick's not gonna be thinking the same thing. Though.
No, like that girl clearly has like a nice body or whatever, right? But I think I wouldn't even know how to start with any of that, dude. You know what I mean? Because like honestly, I feel not uncomfortable at all speaking with people that have like
Down syndrome
and stuff like that. But I never like I treat them just like normal people whenever I do come in contact with them. But I don't know, like I'm always aware that I'm talking to someone with Down syndrome. You know what I mean? So I think to go up and think like, oh, I have romantic interest in you. That would just be so different, and I would have no idea how to like approach that.
I wouldn't even do it. I'd probably see her from the back and be like, "Oh, that's a nice lady. Maybe I could go talk to her." And then she's done. I'm like,
GG,
man. Yeah, you know what? I'll buy you coffee just for even asking me something like this. I'm sorry.
Well, usually they're not by themselves either, right?
No, yeah, they got people most of the time.
You gotta have caretakers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wonder if she has a caretaker.
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, and they're probably getting paid handsome. They're taking all advantage of.
True.
No, I'm kidding.
True. Probably.
Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. No. But like, see, I wonder in cases like that because there's still people.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So they're gonna have interests and they're gonna have hobbies and stuff. Like they're gonna want to buy things. But I wonder what goes on in their heads when it's like you are crazy successful now. Like you know. Because their whole lives, I'm sure they're treated in a way that where it's like you feel different. You feel like you're other, like you're, you know what I mean? And I mean, I'm sure maybe they have good parents and they're like, you are just as important as anyone else, which is true. Mm-hmm. But they're going to feel different their whole life. You know what I mean?
So let's remove you from the situation. Uh-huh. Let's say you just see a regular guy dating a Down syndrome girl.
I think...
Like, shouldn't they have, like, a chance at, like, you know, like, love, right?
And stuff like that,
but then you see it, and you're like, in my head, I'd be like, that guy's taking advantage of me.
Yeah, like,
I'd
you dirty
like,
bastard.
You fucking son of a bitch. You're doing something bad right now.
Yeah,
you know?
Sure.
But it's like, what if she...
is fine.
Genuinely, and he's genuinely like, you know what? I'm going to take her for her flaws. Mm-hmm. You know? Not that it's a flaw. I'm just... But you know,
it is something.
It's something.
It's something.
Yeah,
you know, it is different.
So, yeah, man,
I think I would, if I was the parents of that girl, I would be so weary with who the hell.
Sure.
Because 99% of the people who are gonna be approaching her are probably just wanting to have sex with her. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, unfortunately, dude.
And you know what? I gotta come in more contact with people that have it though, because I got to know more about, like, what kind of social relationships can they have and stuff like that. Like, I don't know too much about it to know, like, what kind of relationship can she have with a person that doesn't have it, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what? If it was the other way around.
Yeah, I'd be like, you go, bro.
I'd be like,
you
hell
go.
yeah,
dog.
Same. Give me that.
Yeah, you know? Dude, I'd be like, hey, man, I don't know you, but... I'm proud of you, bro.
Keep doing what you're doing, dog.
Yeah. What are you doing? It's fucking working, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, hey, man, give me a couple tips,
dude. And see, like, imagine the girls that would, like, approach a guy that has it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Because usually you look at them and it's like looking at a puppy or something, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, like, hey, buddy. Hey, sport. Like, how you doing, man? Like, and they're talking about whatever they're talking about.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. They're always happy to talk, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? Oh, man, that actually brings me back. I remember... I used to do like karate, MMA and stuff for a long time. And there was a guy that came in and he was like, he had Down syndrome, like fully.
How old was he?
He was probably like 20 or something. And I remember being like maybe like 16 or something. I was in high school.
You're already a black belt by this time, right?
I don't think then.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I was then.
Keep going.
But I'd been in it for already like a long time. And so, yeah, and we would like spar and stuff, dude.
Really?
And he... like they would obviously tell us before, like, hey guys, like, he has Down syndrome, because I think he would only come in, like, we practiced like 4 times a week and he would only come in once a week.
Oh, okay.
And so when he would come in, they would tell us like, okay guys, like, you gotta, you know what's going down, like, you know his situation, like, don't hurt him, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then also he was,
those flying wheel kicks were crazy, or
dude,
what,
he was strong as shit, man. Like, I'm not gonna say it, but he had that strength. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, we would be sparring, and he had no gauge of, like, we're just sparring.
Oh,
like, we're not, I'm
like
not
effort
trying
level,
to hurt each
right?
other. Yeah. Because you're sparring, and I mean, like, you're throwing punches and kicks and takedowns and stuff, but you're not trying to hurt anyone. Dude, he was swinging
110% or what?
Yes, and I mean, luckily, I had enough, like, the skill level to where I could still, you know,
dodge and defend yourself.
Yeah, and, you know, like, you know, go in and make it seem like we're sparring and stuff.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, it was scary, man. He was fucking strong.
Really?
As shit. Yeah, man.
Was he taller than you or what?
He was tall, yeah.
How much did he weigh?
He probably weighed like 200 pounds.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You were like 130 pounds in high school.
Yeah, I was kind of the same as I am right now.
Oh,
honestly.
really?
Yeah, I was
like 150, 160?
Like, nah, my senior year, I got, you know what's funny? I was like a decent chunk heavier my senior year of high school than I am right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your weight right now?
Like 150. In high school, I was.
That's why he's got that 12 pack.
The skinny guy abs,
fucking
man.
Guy. But damn, man. Well, I mean, was he ever in Because you did tournaments. Did he ever do tournaments?
No.
Or was he just there for the
tournament.
practices?
He was just there for the to practice and to feel included and stuff.
That's crazy, man.
But it was actually pretty cool. Like doing something like that with him. Like I felt good about it. You know what I mean?
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, community service.
Community service.
Wow, man.
But yeah, he was strong though. He was strong. Like, man, if he got into a fight with someone, he could hold his own. Man. Yeah.
So was he actually any good at karate though?
He wasn't bad. Like, I mean, like they move a little differently. You know what I mean? So like some of his form and stuff wasn't as like crisp as it should be. I guess like but no, I mean he was strong, man. Like his body didn't know. Yeah, you know that he was just different. Going. It was just his body was fully formed, man. Yeah.
Well, yeah, 20-year-old man trying to swing at a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So was he? You said 200, like fat or like muscular in between?
Like he had like a little bit of like a little pansar and stuff, but like you could see his arms and stuff. And apparently he liked to like work out, like lift weights. Oh, really? And stuff. Yeah. Have you seen some of them that are like bodybuilders and shit?
No, are they pretty?
They like they don't get like to the crazy levels, like because obviously they're not going to be doing steroids and stuff. Oh, like I would hope. I hope whoever they're taking care of or their caretakers aren't like injecting them with shit, stuff, dude. But yeah, some of them are like bodybuilders and stuff like that.
That's cool. Would you ever do bodybuilding? No, never. Why not?
Well, first of all, it's like super unhealthy, right? Bodybuilding.
Oh, we'll take on all the supplements.
Yeah, like all the supplements, and then like if you do decide to go like take steroids and juice up and stuff like that, and then just like getting that big, like I don't even know if I could do it. Like I think that's one thing that people think like oh, they do steroids so it's easy, but I think
dude, you got to put in the work for that. Oh yeah, man.
Dude, you got to put in crazy.
Because the steroids just make you go longer.
Well, I think it makes you get to the higher level. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But just because you take steroids
doesn't mean you're gonna
lift some weights doesn't mean you're gonna be like shredded and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would be willing to work that hard, especially in the gym, dude. Like, you know me, I don't go to the gym because I think it's the most boring thing.
I think that's crazy, man. Yeah. I am like in the zone when I'm in the gym, bro. Obviously, I'm like fucking fat, but like.
No, but you're strong, man.
But like, dude, I love the gym, bro. Yeah. I love,
you always have. You always have.
Dude, it's the shit. I like, I like not taking rest at the gym too. That's how much I like it, bro. Really? I'll like finish something and it'll be lighter, but I'll do like an auxiliary workout and I'll just do something else really fast. Yeah. I don't know. I think I need to be, I think it's because of my personality. I think I need to be doing something, and you can always just be doing something over there, and it's beneficial to you if you do something. You know what I mean?
It is beneficial. That's the only part that I kind of like about it is like feeling like, oh man, I just worked out. Like I just got stronger a little bit or something. You know what I mean? Or like the looks that you might achieve after working out and stuff. But I'd rather do mostly anything else. Yeah.
You'd rather go clean out the train than go to the gym or what?
Or like I would rather. Like, I like being active. I love being active.
Yeah, you play basketball like nobody else.
Yeah, like playing basketball or, like, going and, like, punching the bags and stuff like that. I like that.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, just to be there and just, like, it's just, like, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? And I know that's, like, the differentiating mindset between winners and losers is, like, pushing yourself through it. And I get all of that.
Oh, but that's different, though. You literally push yourself in other things. Like, you play basketball hard as fuck. You literally know how to, like, fight. You know, those guys are just picking things up and putting them down. You know, it's not like you can't. What is that quote? You can't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree.
Oh, is that a thing?
You're a swimmer, not a monkey, bro. Yeah, dude, it's different. Speaking of basketball, though, please tune in for our games. Thursday?
Yeah, this Thursday. Thunder Rams.
The Thunder Rams are gonna be
playing Team Dame Time.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Those are the guys with the jerseys, right? Is it Dame Time or Game Time?
Dame Time. Like, you know, there's a player, his name is Damian Lillard.
Oh, that's right.
And his thing is, like, anytime he hits, like, a clutch shot, he, like, points to, like, he doesn't have a watch on, but he points, like, it's Dame Time. Yeah. And so that's where they got their name.
I don't think we've talked about this yet, but we went 0-8. This is our second season doing the co-ed league. And, first season wasn't good, bro.
But you know what?
It was so fun.
It was fun. It was
so fucking fun, though.
Yeah.
First game, I fouled out. Right?
Yeah.
Fouled out
in the first half.
Yeah.
They give them they give us 5 fouls. And yeah, within the first half, which are only 18 minutes, you fouled out.
It was the most fun I ever had on the court, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, because whenever I play pickup, it's like I don't see a point to it. But here I'm like, I have to win. Like I want to win.
Yeah.
And if I foul, tactically, then that will lead to a win. It didn't lead to any wins. It didn't. This year we will. It will lead to wins.
We can only do better, literally.
Exactly.
Like, I'll never forget, man. One of the
butt up from here.
Yeah, and dude, yeah, man. And it was the first game that we played, and we literally lost by like 80 points in a span of a 40-minute game where there's like even during like timeouts or free throws, like they're still counting down the minutes. So to lose by 80 points in a game is insane, dude. And so it was just like, oh man, like we can only go up from here.
Yeah.
And we had our buddy Obed. He's done some stuff with us before, and God bless his heart. We told him, we were like, guys, if you're open, just shoot it. You know what I mean? Like we're having fun.
Yeah.
And he took that so literally. Like he would be past half court. You weren't there for the first game.
No, I wasn't.
But one of my favorite moments of him ever is that he gets the ball, like by some miracle, he gets the ball, and he's like 50 feet away from the damn basket. Like he's past half court, and he just sees it, and no one's guarding him, obviously, because he's still that far, and he just launches it. And I was like, no way he just did that. No way. And of course, I mean, he like airballed the shit out of it. He made one though. He made
he made a half court shot.
His thing was like, if I keep shooting him, one will go in.
And he was right.
And he was right. One went in eventually.
He's a man of science and math, so he's like, I will make it.
Yeah,
I will make it.
He's not on the team anymore.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He stopped showing up halfway through the season, man. So
I felt bad because he would show up sometimes, and we'd only play him for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
because man, he wouldn't play any defense at all.
all.
We'd be like winning, and then we'd put him in, and then we'd automatically start losing because he would just no defense.
But those games are so fun, man. Even just for co-ed, you know, like I don't take it too seriously, but I like it when I see the other guys taking it seriously. Yeah, and I just love fucking with them, bro. Yeah. It's my favorite thing to do. Like this one guy, I remember we were playing this game. I forgot who we were playing, but this guy, I was roughing him up basically the whole game, bro. Yeah. I was literally just like he would go up to like do one of those alley-oop things. What are they called? A layup. Yeah. And I would body the shit out of him, bro. I would just like try and go, but I would just throw my weight. Yeah. I knew he was gonna make it, but I was like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Yeah. And we came down once, and he like threw himself on the floor, like Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James throw.
Oh, this kind of skinny guy.
Yeah, the skinny guy. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And he got up, bro, and he was like pissed. He even shoved me, and he said, "Fuck you." And I was like, I just kept walking. I was like, dude, what are you gonna do to me, dude? Yeah. What are you gonna do? I could break you right now, dude. So. Yeah, I love that shit. Dude. Yeah, it's the best.
You know what though? You do some dangerous fouls though,
bruh. What's gonna happen to you? Nothing.
No, people can get hurt. Especially like people will be in the air, and it's kind of like, I guess it's like basketball knowledge. Like if someone's in the air, you're not trying to like do anything to them while they're in the air because they could land wrong, they could break their leg, they could tear something. What I mean? They could. And so, but you don't give a fuck when they're in the air, dude. Like, I'll be in the air. Like, when I hate playing against you because I'll be, like, in the air for a layup, and I just feel like, and I'm like, God damn it, Denang. But that's why we love you on the team, man. We'd rather have you with us than against us, man. Yeah. But no, like, when sometimes people get mad at you for the way you foul them, I'm like, that's my boy, so I'm gonna defend you at all costs. But I get why you're mad. Like, you know, that's some dangerous shit.
It's okay. I'll fight my own battles, bro. Yeah, if they swing, I guess I'll just.
No, oh, dude, no. If someone, you're my boy. If someone was to like do something, like that guy when he pushed you, I didn't see it or hear it, so I wasn't aware of it. But if I was there to see it and hear it, I'm too quick, probably quick for confrontation.
For sure, bro.
I'm with it.
You're a road rage master, dude.
Yeah.
Funny story. When I first met Victor in high school, he maybe even a little after too, he always had a road rage story. You always had a road rage story.
In high school, I think you've had we were like 14. 4.
Yeah, when we were in senior year, fool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking you. I think you've told me like 4 road rage stories against my 0 road rage stories.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy, man. The shit you tell me, bro. You think you're better at that now or what? Or you think you're still going hard in the paint?
No, I'm definitely better at it now because you know what helped me out was my sister started driving. And I know how bad of a driver she is. And so now I just know like, oh, there are just shitty drivers out there. Because I think before I would make it more of like
you took it personal or what?
No, sometimes. But honestly, sometimes it was because I feel like the other person also made it personal with me. Or like they would like flip me off or something like that. And so that made it to where it was like now it's beyond just the driving. It's like me and you have a thing now. You know what I mean? But in some cases, like if I get cut off or if whatever happens, a lot of the times now I'll give them the benefit of the doubt of like maybe they're just a shitty driver. You know what I mean? Because my sister is terrible.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like I've driven with her so many times and I won't anymore. Like I'll offer to drive every time I'm with her now because she's so bad. And so I think that made me realize like, okay, like there's some drivers that are just bad.
Just
like I need to
don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Like I need to take it a little, you know, and I think I've just kind of calmed down as a person. Like, I think like, okay, what's the point? Sometimes it'll still get me like, especially if it makes it personal. Like the other day, I say the other day, it was probably a couple months ago. And
still within the year.
And yeah, but no, there was some like crazy traffic thing going on, like where, you know, sometimes the freeways close. And so it's chaos, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get into a lane because there's there's a hole and I need to turn right in like a little bit. And so I need to get into this lane. So I put my blinker on and I kind of slowly go in there. There's a car it's a 3-lane thing. I'm in this lane. This is the empty lane and the car is over here in this lane. And so as I'm turning into this lane, this car decides that he's trying to turn in also, but like behind me.
Okay.
And so I think he just figured that like, you know, he could just like kind of speed up and like pass me so that I wouldn't go in front of him in this lane for whatever reason, right? And so I didn't let that happen because I needed to turn. Like, if I didn't make the turn, it would be a long time before I'd be able to get to the spot. So I'm like, no, like I got to be in here. And so he tried to like speed up and zoom past me, and I was like, nope. And so I cut him, and dude, he was just honking, like prolonged, like for like 10 seconds of just honking. Bruh. And so I was like, are you serious? And he was in a van, like a steamer's van. Like he was on the job. And so I'm like looking back at him and I'm like, are you serious? And he just keeps honking. And so I flip him off behind me. And he's like, I see him flipping me off and stuff like that. And so I'm like, okay, like, mwah, I love this, you know? And just how you feel like when people are like confrontational with you. I'm like, all right. And he's on the job. Like, what is he going to do on the job? You know what I mean? And so I'm flipping him off and I lower my window and I'm saying like,
you're next to him?
No. He's behind
still behind
me.
you.
He's still behind me. Yeah. And so I need to get into the other lane. And so when I do, he's pulling up past me and he pulls up and he's flipping me off and stuff. And so I'm flipping him off. I lower my window and I'm like, fuck you, you know, saying all this shit. And he's talking his shit too. And I think it was just like, like nothing happened out of it. You know what I mean? I made my turn and he went on to steam another carpet or something. And, but it was just, I like that sometimes, honestly.
You know what? I really admire that, especially when you just said, when you went, because like at work, I work retail, guys. And sometimes I have customers that will fucking like, they just, like they know you can't do anything. So they'll just fucking take advantage of that and they'll just pile on you. Yeah. And I literally like, I get so mad. I get shaky. I'm like, oh, I wish I could have ripped their heads off. You know? So that's cool.
I like hearing that because you always like play it off like nothing bothers me, man. What's the point?
When I have when I know I can't do anything about it, it bothers me. Right. When I can do something and I choose not to do anything, right? That I'm totally cool with that. That was my decision. But when I really want to do something and I legally can't do anything, it's like, oh, dude, it's
like, because your job would be
lost. Because I'd be fucking fired. And the fact that these people know, these people know I can't do shit, so that's why they're being like this to me. Yeah, that's what I hate. So
I can see that.
So letting it off, flipping it off, that's cool, bro. That's nothing. You have an outlet to let that out. Oh yeah. I just go to the gym and I'm like, oh.
That's why you go to the gym and that's why you love it.
Yeah. Well, multiple reasons. That is definitely a good reason, bro. Yeah. You should start going with me, bro.
I will try. I went with you one time and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Because like I like to kind of do things when I am there. I like to do them kind of like at my pace, you know what I mean? Take my time, which probably isn't the best for like muscle growth and all that stuff. But when I went with you one time to the UTEP Rec Center, I don't know if you remember it, but we went and it was like just like nonstop, like go. And you were like having me try and do the same weight as you. I was like, I don't do this stuff, man. And you're like, you got it, man.
I was like, dude, you got a 6-pack. Like, what are you?
Yeah. and so I think we were squatting, and I was literally like trying to like shake it. Like I was like shaking, like I freaking hate this, you know. And so I rack it up, and you're like, dude, your form is terrible. You're like, you need to do this and this. I was like, I was like, we're never doing this again tonight. Oh.
We'll do it soon and we'll go easy on you, dude. I swear. Yeah. You know what's crazy, bro? Is that like I've been going to the gym since I was like fucking like 14, right? Mm-hmm. But I've never had a six pack. I've never been like a huge dude, and it's because I stopped going. Like I'll have periods where I'm like super into it. I'll go for like 4 months straight, and I'll get leaned out, and I'll look really good, but I'll never have the six pack. And then I stop going for like another like 5 months. And I just go back to plumping up. Oh, dude.
So you think if you were to just like stick with it, you can get?
Oh, like, dude, yeah. If I was to go every day, like when I was living in Austin, I was dirt broke, and all I could do was pay for a gym membership, and I would go every day, and I got good, bro. I was like the lightest I've ever been, and the most muscled out. You know what I mean? So, I need to get back to that, man. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a fat fuck, bro. I just like I like to eat too much, and to sit around a little too much more, bro.
You know what? I have been thinking about getting a membership.
Yeah?
Though, yeah. But I think, see, like the thing that you're talking about, like when you go hard, I could see that being difficult to maintain. Like, you know how you say, like, you'll like take months off and stuff? Yeah. Because I think when you're going and you know that you're going to go and like exert so much energy and like, and it's not fun. Yeah. Like when your muscles are hurting and stuff, like that's what I'm saying. I was like, I wish I could be anywhere else right now than trying to lift this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think I want to get a membership and literally go every like maybe 3 times a week for like 30 minutes.
That's good.
Just perfect. You know, and just like do like little full body things. Like, all right, I do a couple of these, of these, I'm out. Like, I think that would be my perfect gym experience. Perfect. So I think that's what I'm gonna try.
Dude, even me, if I'm there for more than an hour, I literally get like, I'm rageful. Like I hate it. Like I get like as soon as the hour mark passes, I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to fucking be here no more, dude. Like. I just leave. Go buy a Whataburger or something.
You know who loves to be at the gym for like 3 hours is my older sister, Alex.
Oh, yeah? Well, dude, she looks like a track athlete, dude.
Yeah, she's super fit. She's super fit. But no, I've gone to the gym with her before, and she'll literally be there for like 3 hours. And it's not like, oh, she's taking breaks and like taking selfie, like, because you see those people at the gym and stuff, like they're there forever, but they're not really doing that much. Dude, no, she is like balls to the wall the whole time. Hell no. And I'm like, you're a psychopath. I'm never coming with you. I would rather go with you than to go with her, dude. Wow, yeah, she is crazy. And her thing is like,
does she do like full body workouts, or does she do like specific days?
She'll do like specifics kind of. Oh, okay. But it's always like, what is it called, supersets, where it's like you'll do the exercise and then in your break for that exercise, you're doing another exercise. Yeah. I'm like, God, like my favorite part is the breaks, you know? Yeah. Where it's just like, when you just feel your muscles like burning or something, and you're like, oh man, I love just not doing that, and, you know? And then, but no, her thing is like, and I hate it, but she has a blast there. I don't know how or why.
Where does she go?
Gold's.
Oh, no, I used to go there. Let's just plan it. Hey, what I wanted to see is, so me and Victor have a mutual love for Shane Gillis, and on his podcast, he has he basically just tells a story of how like a historical event happened. I was wondering if you might want to try that.
Ooh, like just breaking down a historical
yeah.
event?
Like I'll just say like break down, I don't know, like an event in the War of 1812 or something. Oh, and then you'll just tell me how it went.
How it went down. You know? Okay.
You want to try that out or what?
I could try that out. There's certain like levels of expertise that I guess I have.
That's the get though. Like, because he's not a historian, so he's just like, bro, this fucker did this shit, and then bam, you know. It's not like he's saying like in 1842, the 45.
Right.
You know. I don't have one in mind, but we could maybe look one up that happened like today. Oh, and then we can go off of that. You want to try that out?
Yeah, we can try that.
All right, let's see what happened today in history, guys.
What happened today? That's a fun thing to do with the kids sometimes, man. Like, what happened today? Like, 20 years ago, this song came out. And they're all like, I've never heard that song in my life.
Today in history. Let's see. History Channel always has that. I used to always look at this when I was in high school, bro. Yeah, when I was a fucking dweeb. Okay. In 1862, on September the 17th, the Battle of the Antietam breaks out. Is that like a Civil War thing?
That is a Civil War.
Oh, okay. Thing. Do you know that battle?
Not specifically, no.
Oh, okay.
September 17th. Okay. Oh, you know what freaking happened was Independence Day for Mexico. So yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. That's right.
That's right. Septiembre,
that's right, bro. Yeah. Did you do anything?
No.
No.
Nothing? I don't have enough Mexican pride in me to do that.
I was already out the night before, so we were just drinking and shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't do
like celebrating it.
No, it was actually a funeral party. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, and our cousin was like, "Hey man, it's El Grito. You call it El Grito.
El Grito.
Because you're screaming for independence." And so we're like, "Oh, so should we just like keep drinking then?" Mm-hmm. We just kept going. Yeah, so it was cool. It was fun listening to some ranchero music and all that shit.
Dude, you know what's funny about that? And I'm sorry, I know we will get to the history part and stuff. But with the Mexican independence, is on Friday at school, I kept seeing a bunch of kids wearing like Mexican soccer jerseys or like painting like the Mexican flag on their face and stuff. And it's like, oh wow, like you guys, you know. And I even made a comment because I've seen that before. We live in El Paso, so obviously it's very Hispanic influence, Mexican influence and stuff. And the kids go all out for stuff pertaining to Mexico, and they could not give a shit about anything happening with U.S.
in America.
Yeah, like I saw that with last year with the World Cup. Yeah, right? And so
they go crazy for Mexico.
For the kid, yeah, all the kids were going crazy for Mexico. They were like, "Mister, please put it on," like this and that. And so I was like, "All right, yeah." And so, and I was expecting something similar when the U.S. played, and nothing. Like I didn't see literally a single kid in like a U.S. jersey or anything like that. And so I asked him, I was like, so why do you guys like, because we do live, even though we're close to Mexico, we do live in the United States. So I was like, I saw so many of you guys dress up and like do stuff when Mexico played, and no one cares when the U.S. plays. They're like, no, mister, just because it's like, it's the U.S. like, and it's just a funny concept to me.
Yeah.
Like the patriotism level is so not there for a lot of people.
Well, you gotta think, a lot of kids. Those kids are probably like first generation American, man. Like they don't have like, because you're like third generation American, right?
With my dad.
Well, your dad's from
second,
Juarez, right?
Yeah, and then with my mom third.
Yeah, so you have like, you've got roots here, bro. Those guys probably just, their parents probably jumped the pond yesterday, and now they're here, you know. So maybe that's why. That's why I can think of.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like, it's funny that even though they live in this country now, like they could not care less about like having any kind of patriotism for it. You know
I hear you.
Well, it's just a funny concept.
You know what I also think it might be too, man, is like, and I got a real problem with this, bro. Like when people like, especially in America, and I think it only happens in America, where they like section you off based on where like you are traditionally from. Like they call you Mexican American, African American,
right,
Asian American, Asian Pacific. It's like, bro, you're American,
right?
You know,
right.
And I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
because they just like they put a label before you're even American. So in a way, you might have more of an identity with that first word because it comes first, because that's what they see you as,
right? And
then they call you an American.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
So like when people say, like I remember I was watching this thing on, like when like African Americans going to Africa, and it's like the African people was like, this is just a black dude from America,
right?
You know, he's not African, he's American.
He's an American African now.
So yeah, basically. So yeah, I think maybe that might have something to do with it, because they really do section us off in here, bro. It doesn't happen anywhere else like that,
right?
So
because I mean the whole thing is like, oh, it's a melting pot and stuff, but I could see where there's definitely still.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're a melting pot. So if you're American, bro, you're just American, bro.
Right.
You know, why you gotta...
But see, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people don't identify with that even. Like, it's like, no, I'm Mexican, like, because my parents are from there. And there's a beauty in that. There's a beauty in having pride in, like, your heritage and your ancestors and stuff like that. But there's also, I feel like, or at least there should be a level of, like, we left there, though, because it's better here than it was there.
No, right.
And I feel like no one ever likes to have that kind of acknowledgement.
That's true.
You know, like one of my friends' girlfriends is she's like from Mexico. She's big into Mexico and stuff. And anything where it comes to like having pride for America, she like scoffs at it. Like it's like she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you moved here because it's better here, though. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like America's better than everybody, but I'm saying a lot of people I feel like don't have any kind of appreciation for like leaving the place or like having gratitude for saying like, you know what, my parents left that place so that I could be brought up here. Like no one takes pride in that. It's always just like, but they're from there, so I take pride in that not being here. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just a funny concept to me. I guess I was born here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could have similar views. Like my dad is from Mexico. My grandparents on my mom's side are from Mexico. You know what I mean? And I guess I haven't. Maybe it's just like being brought up a certain way or something.
No, I hear you. I think not having pride from being American is definitely like, bro, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm proud to be Mexican, but I'm also super proud to be American.
Right.
Right. So
maybe we should do a thing where we send teenagers to like a shitty place of the world so that they can,
bro, send
them to like Somalia or
street,
something.
bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, even that too, man.
Yeah,
even
man,
that too.
Shit. I'm not saying it's terrible, but bro, it's definitely way better over here, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. Speaking of Mexico, bro, you hear about fucking Peso Pluma?
No, what happened?
So Peso Pluma, he has like some songs where I guess he talks about narcos, and he's talking about who's the big one? Pancho. I mean, not Pancho. Fucking.
Wait, narcos like drug dealers and stuff like that, right?
Chapo, El Chapo.
El Chapo.
He has one where he mentions El Chapo.
A song where he mentions El Chapo.
Yeah. But he's not saying anything ill about him. He's saying something like he's like praising him. But dude, the cartel like gave him like a death note. They were like, "Hey, if you perform this concert, you're gonna die.
Whoa.
We're gonna kill you." Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything bad about him. He just mentioned his existence.
Yeah, he just mentions like the lifestyle that he lives. He's like, I'm rich and doing drugs like El Chapo or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Spanish.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, man, they gave him a note. And it's crazy. The last time that happened, I'm sure it happens all the time, but the last big case that happened was with this guy named Chalino Sanchez. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Oh, dude, he's a big deal in Mexico, right? So he came up in like the 90s. Imagine gangster rap. That's Chalino Sanchez, but like Mexican songs, Mexican music, right? So he'd been performing for a long time. But he killed a guy. He killed a guy in Mexico like way before his music career started. And I guess later on in life when he got big, the cartel found out where he's from because he killed a cartel member.
Oh.
And when he moved to America, he started his music career and all that shit. And then he would do touring in Mexico, and I guess the cartel found out that it was going to be in the province where he killed that guy. And they give him a note being like, "Hey, if you do the concert, you're going to die." And then he did the concert anyways. And in the middle, and there's a video of this, bro. It's crazy. In the middle of the concert, someone hands him a note, and he reads it, and then you just see his face change. Like, he does this. He's like he knows he's going to die. And they fucking killed him right after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he say anything to the audience?
Dude, he kept the concert going, bro.
Wow.
He read it. He realized what's about to happen. And he just said, "Are you having a good time tonight, guys?" And then he sang like his most popular song after that.
Dang. What a showman.
Dude, tell me about it, bro. Class act. You should watch the video, bro.
But
it's
also,
insane.
I feel like if I was in that situation, I think I would tell the audience.
Somebody, right?
No, I would tell the audience. Like, let it be known to everybody. I was like, guys, because of something I did in my past, the cartel is saying that if I did this concert, I would die immediately after. Yeah. So let's all say, fuck the cartel. Or like, I don't know. So I think I would go out with a bang like that. Like, let it be known, like, they said they're gonna kill me. Like,
true.
What do you guys think about
That's
it?
an ideal situation, though. Like, but you just got. I mean, if I got a handed note, I'd be panicking for sure. I'd be like, I'd probably freeze.
That's what I'm saying. I think I would let it be known to everyone, like in hopes of protection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though there's probably cartel members in the audience. I
mean, one of the audience members handed him the note.
Yeah,
so,
but still, I think I would probably try and like make my plea with the audience, like, let the world know, like, hey,
I'm about to die.
Or they said they're about to kill me. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Like, hopefully they're your fans. They'd be like, no, like, we love you. Something. I don't know. I would. But yeah, that's a rough situation.
Yeah.
If I got handed a note from the cartel about anything, I would respect it. I would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the cartel is so fucking scary, man.
Yeah, dude, they're terrifying, bro.
Yeah,
you can fuck with those guys there. They'll do some shit to you, bro. Crazy how this is happening right there,
Yeah, and it's what's crazy I think is because they can do it, and like with no repercussions at all. Like if a gang member in the United States says something to you, they probably still care about their life, and they know that law enforcement can do something about it if they end up killing someone. But over there, who's gonna stop the cartel? Nobody, bro. Nobody.
In a way, it's a good thing we have the FBI and the CIA.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'd prefer like those giant organizations to have control over my life than
a cartel.
Yeah.
True. Well, damn, man. But
speaking of control, man, you want me to talk about political machines in the 1800s?
Oh, okay,
in New York?
Yeah, give it to me, bro.
That's something that it's just because we went over it recently in high school. But it's a funny concept. Have you heard of political machines?
So, no, what's a political machine?
So a political machine is something that existed during this era called the Gilded Age in the United States. It's from like the 1800s to like 1900.
Fake gold, right? That's what gilded means? It's like false gold or some shit?
Yeah. Like gilded means it's like covered in gold. But the idea is that like during that time, America looked so promising and like golden on the outside because like you had rapid industrialization, so like factories popping up everywhere, growing cities were growing big time, buildings were being made bigger, transcontinental railroad happening, like all kinds of stuff, right? So if you're an immigrant, like in Italy or in Poland or something, you see that and you're like, damn, America is the place to be.
Yeah.
And then you get here and you realize that like it looks that way on the outside, but on the inside it was like rotten. Like it was super corrupt, super poor, super racist still, like all kinds of stuff. And so these political machines were these things that developed in cities. And because at the time the government wasn't like, they didn't give a fuck about intervening in the economy or anything like that.
Okay.
Like they're
decentralized.
There was mostly just like political issues that they focused on, but anything pertaining to like economics or like the free market, they didn't touch it at all. Because that's how the founding fathers wanted it, right? They wanted like free markets and
no government intervention.
Yeah, because that's how it was in England and like Britain. It was like they had the king and like taxing everyone and all kinds of stuff. And so the government didn't give a shit about like stuff going on there. And so there was this thing called political machines that started to emerge where people realized, okay, there's immigrants coming in from all over the place. What do you need if you're an immigrant coming to the country? You need a job. Because you're coming with your family. You got to be able to provide for them, right?
Okay.
You need a place to stay. And you're going to need money, right? And so these political machines would start forming where people would say, okay, I need this guy in power, like whether it was mayor or a representative or something, but they needed a politician to be in power, or whether it was like the Democratic Party, right?
Okay.
And so let's say there's this guy in New York. His name was William Tweed.
Okay.
And
he's a real guy, or
he's a real guy, yeah.
Dude? Okay.
No, he's a real guy.
Okay.
And there was so many immigrants coming to New York that he realized if he can get all of these immigrants and like low class people
their votes
to get votes for, well, he wasn't a politician though.
Oh, okay.
Like he just needed his guy, like he would have a guy on his payroll.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
so what was Tweed though? Was he like a mobster, or like what was he? A businessman?
Yeah, I guess a businessman, right? And so he became pretty successful. I don't know what his industry was where he made his money, but he was able to start getting guys under his payroll, especially like politicians.
Okay.
So if he got a local politician elected, that guy's on his payroll. So obviously he's gonna pass legislation
in favor of
him.
Yeah.
And if Tweed, or like, he's gonna also have access to all the tax dollars that are coming in.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
And so what they would do is that he would have guys going to like the immigrant stations, like Ellis Island, where people were getting processed, and immediately after they'd be like, "Hey, we know you need a job. I can hook you up with a job at a factory downtown."
Really?
Yeah, and they'd be like,
wow.
not only that, I know a tenement build. Tenements were like these tiny little crappy apartment buildings.
Yeah.
And so they'd be like, not only that, I'll get you set up in a tenement, and I'll cover your first like few months rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so if you're like some guy coming in with your family and you're broke as hell, you're like, oh my God, yes, like that is amazing, right? And then they'd be like, all right, the only thing I need from you is I need you to vote for this guy when elections roll around.
What a crazy little interaction, man. Wow.
And so if you're an immigrant coming, you don't give a shit about politics or like, you're just trying to feed your family. So you're like, hell yeah, I'll vote for your guy, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they'd get him set up in tenements. They'd get him a shitty little job at a factory working like 15 hours a day or whatever, but it's a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was crazy because the way that they would, because I was explaining this to my kids and they were like, how could you make sure that they vote for your guy though? And I was like, okay, so voting back then was totally different, dude. Like, so now you go to vote and it's like super secretive, right? Like you go into a little, like enclosed thing with like a curtain sometimes, and you place all your votes, and you don't have to, like, if you don't tell anyone who you vote for, no one will ever know who you voted for, right? And so that's how it is now. But back then, that's not how it was like at all. There was literally, it was like voting for prom king and stuff. Like you would go and you would write down your ballot and you would go place it in the little box, right? And so they would have these ward bosses, like Tweed would pay off some like big ass dude to go hang out at the ballots. And so you got these big ass dudes hanging out at the ballots. And so when people go to like place their ballots,
he would ask them who they voted for.
They'd be like, who's on your fucking ballot? And if it wasn't the guy that they said, they'd be like, oh really? Do you want to keep your job?
Damn.
Like, because I know we hooked you up with a job at the factory over there. Like, so if you want to keep that job and you want to keep your family living in that tenement building, you're going to put another name on that ballot. And so they like, you would be intimidated to like have to put down that vote, right?
Yeah.
And so the elections were like the most lopsided elections ever, dude. Like it was like 96% of the votes would go to the one guy, right?
Yeah.
And so he'd get elected. And so you got this guy in office that everyone's thinking that they're voting for this guy.
Yeah.
But he's not calling any of the shots. It's William Tweed. And they started calling him Boss Tweed.
Boss Tweed?
Boss Tweed, yeah.
Okay.
and he's on like political cartoons and stuff. And
That's
so he
crazy.
was before Jay-Z. He was the literal king of New York. Like he ran
before Jay-Z
everything. That's what I told him. Like, yeah. And so I was like, guys, like any rapper that says they're the king of New York, they didn't have the power that this fucking guy had. He was the real king of New York.
That's
man.
true, bro. That's so true.
And so like the way that he would get money too is that, okay, now he's in office, so all the tax dollars that
go to his company
are going to him. Like he's controlling how these tax dollars are being spent. So like if he says, like, he would have friends that owned companies, right? So let's say they need to build a road on 52nd Street or something.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the tax dollars are going to be paying for stuff like that.
Allocated to the road building.
And so he's going to say, all right, how much is it going to cost to build this road? And maybe they'd say $200,000. And they'd be like, all right, I'm going to write you a check for $1 million. And you're only going to keep the 200,000. But we're saying it costs $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they'll spend the
and so he'll spend the
$800,000
however he wants.
That's crazy.
And
bro.
So, dude, he ran everything in
What
New York.
happened to him, dude?
I mean, he eventually died.
Like with all his money, I'm guessing? Or
Yeah, he died crazy rich. And
wow.
but it was not his money at all. He wasn't doing anything. He was just in charge of it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And so, all that stuff, you don't see that now. That ended in like the early 1900s.
Wow.
Because
dude.
people started to crack down on it. But, dude, yeah, imagine that. And so I told the kids, I was like, what is this like? Like, there's stuff going on, not to this extent, but there's stuff that happens like that in Mexico, and they're like cartels. I was like, it's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. Like, it's just controlled differently.
It's got a different name and it's got different faces.
Different name and less drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was basically a cartel. So yeah, William Boss Tweed was this political boss in New York.
That's insane.
And
bro.
he had nothing to do with politics at all.
He just ran shit.
Yeah, he just ran shit.
Sounds like the beginnings of the mob too, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know how closely related, but yeah, I mean, there's for sure organized crime going on in that time too.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Was he like? That's called the political machine.
It was called a political machine. They were everywhere. It was in New York, Chicago, Boston, New York, like. All the major cities had political machines that were running it like secretly. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. I'd heard the voting thing. I'd heard about the people like with mustaches or beards. They would like shave them right after to have them vote again. Because you didn't have to register. You just go up there, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Change your name or whatever.
Yeah.
Like voting was so fucked back then, man. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Like imagine having to just count papers and then like, okay, that's another one for Lincoln, like that's another one for Ulysses, like that's crazy, dude. Fucking
dude, I reminds me of this one story, bro. I was at work and this geezer comes up to me to check out, and dude, it's crazy, man. People will tell you, like, if you're a server or like a cashier, people will just dump anything on you, bro. They could, their mom could have died that day and they'll just fucking tell you. Yeah. You know? So this guy came up to me. And then he was trying to buy like wine, I think, and he's like 60. But at Walgreens we have to ID everybody. So I was like, oh, ID please for the camera. And he's like, need my ID? Oh, well, it's crazy how they ask you for an ID for this, but they don't ask you for an ID to vote. And I was like, and he's like a white old dude, bro. And I was like, oh, this fucking bro, I'm conservative too, but like, bro, you need an ID to vote. Yeah, you need a fucking ID to vote. And I didn't remember it at that instant, but then I went to like the local election thing we have here in El Paso, and they asked for my ID, and I was like, that fucking geezer doesn't know what he's fucking talking about, dude. You need a fucking ID to vote. This fucking guy. So.
I don't know where he would think that.
Yeah, I think he was genuinely just a racist. Like he's like, because he's like all these people from Guatemala or whatever it's called. I'm like, you literally just said the name, bro. Like that's the name.
Yeah, you know what it's called.
Yeah. It was just funny, bro. I was like, oh, this guy, he lives with hate in his heart every day.
What a funny existence.
Yeah,
man.
dude. I don't know how those guys even like. Does he have friends? You know, like how,
who are your friends?
Yeah, like you live in El Paso, and you're old. You know, like your pool is like quite small if you're like that as a person.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
I can't imagine.
Probably a veteran or something.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know either.
I don't know. He don't look like he's ever fought a day in his life, bro. Yeah. You know, my fucking grandparents are veterans, and I'm like, yeah, this guy. You could tell. Yeah, you can just tell when a dude's like, you know, done his service. This guy looks like he was rich, stayed rich. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. I wonder how it's gonna be for old people in like 50 years.
Like for us,
like our generation of old people, or no, like even like the newer generations.
Like our parents?
In like 2090, what an old person is going to be like.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you see an old person, it's like, oh, they don't give a fuck about what they're saying.
True.
A lot of what they're saying is probably going to be racist and like closed-minded. Even if they're like, my grandpa is Mexican as hell, racist as hell. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, he doesn't care. So it's not just white people or something. Like, it happens all
No,
the
it's
time.
everybody.
Yeah,
it's everybody.
Even if you're black, like, you know, racist against white people, racist against other people. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like racism just... It's just true to the human heart, man.
Yeah.
It has no race.
We just want to get one up on somebody. And that's anybody, bro. Yeah, I hear you, dude.
But now with how progressive people are and how they're continuing to get more and more progressive, like, I wonder how it's going to be to see, like, a 90-year-old, like, trans dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Because you don't see that now. You don't see a 90-year-old that's, like...
It's true.
You know?
But, I mean, they just kind of just started... You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, do you mean
like,
trans is in they're 90 and then they decided to be trans, or they got trans at 30 and then they got to 90?
That's a skit right there, dude. It's like a 90-year-old deciding like I'm gonna transition.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying like kids
like got trans at 30 and then lived to 90.
Or something, or just like, you know what I mean, or like super progressive and you know hip. Like how are those gonna people?
I think they're gonna regress. I think the cycle in life has always been like that. You start off wanting progress as a youngster because that's what you are. You're like want to be like a trailblazer and all that. Right. And then when you're old, you kind of want things just to stay the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what causes like the political parties to flip. Like, dude, because Democrats used to be conservative, right? And Republicans used to be the progressive.
Yeah.
Their labels were switched
because I feel like Democrats used to be more tied to like conservative values. That was the party that was in charge, like. In the South after slavery and stuff, like Jim Crow laws and stuff. So, yeah, it kind of flipped, I guess you could say.
So, that's what I've noticed, you know, in my 25 years. I'm like, we all just kind of just keep repeating the same patterns, you know? Like, change happens, but it's like the people that do it see the change, and they're like, okay, stop. They see any more change, they're like, no, I don't. This is perfect the way it was. Why'd you touch it, you know? So, but I think that's what's going to happen.
But it is still, like, progressing, though. You know what I mean? Like, an old person, like a 70-year-old now, even if they're conservative and stuff like that, they're not as conservative as a 70-year-old in 1950. You know what I mean?
Right, because that was a different time, though.
That's what I'm saying. You know? It's going to be a different time then. So I'm just wondering how it's going to be.
I think whatever's going on right now is what 90-year-olds are going to yearn for when they're 90. You know?
Yeah.
Like if you're like a 50-year-old right now, you're going to be like, man, 2021 was perfect. Why we ever change anything? You know what I mean? 'Cause I know my dad is he's doing the same shit right now. He's like, man, the 90s were the shit. I'm like, dude, shut up. You were like 25, man.
Yeah.
Like what could you have possibly like done, you know? I mean, obviously did a lot, but you know.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope because you're just like, if you say anything in regards to wanting things go back, like, I guess it's just a geezer. He's just a geezer, dude.
Dude, I find myself fighting that sometimes too, man. Yeah.
No, I mean, like I said, it's natural, bro. I'm like embracing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Demi tells me all the time. You're like, dude, I can see the inner workings of an old man inside you, and I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah, we need old men, and I'm gonna be that guy, dude. I don't care.
It is funny though that it's such a cycle. Like, our generation is always gonna think that we're better than the newer one, and we're gonna say that all the stuff that they have is gay.
Yeah.
And I see that, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, in the 1970s, when like people were growing out, like men were growing out their hair and stuff, and like being hippies. I bet their parents were like, how gay is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then same thing happened with like
crazy.
those same parents now where it's like, look at these kids sagging in their 2000s. It was like, look at them wearing sagging jeans. What are you, gay?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that was like, you know.
It's crazy how that's like the default insult, huh?
Yeah.
Like it's always like,
gay,
bro,
man.
are you gay?
Yeah.
And it's like, no. I remember I had this friend who he would just like, I think he would just shave every day, right? Because he grew a lot of facial hair. And then his dad was like he genuinely sat him down one day. He's like, son, are you gay? He's like, no, I just shaved my fucking face. Like, that's all it is. I think he maybe like did his eyebrows too or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was not fucking gay, dude. Like, it's, dude.
That is pretty gay.
I just think,
No,
bro, you're not the guy with a unibrow, bro. I need to fucking pluck that shit, dude.
Hey, that's manly, man.
Fuck no, it's not, dude.
What do you think is like the thing now to call gay, like with the kids? Maybe the fact that they're like sucking dicks and stuff, or
it's just so stupid.
The fact that they're actually gay now. No, you know what's a big thing that I see now?
What?
is like, before there would be like men who would paint their nails. You painted your nails a couple of times.
Yeah.
But now it's done. I see it like at a high clip, and I also see like pearl necklaces is a big thing that I see.
Yeah, those are hard. I like those shit.
See, I think that's gay. But no, and I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying I find myself having that thought process of like the, you know what I mean? Like the kid, and I see the kids with pearl necklaces now. I'm like, what do you suck cock or what, man? Like,
bro, you know what I hate the most? Like, I know you just mentioned the pearl necklace, but this reminds me of like, have you seen bands from the 80s, dude?
Oh yeah.
Dude, they literally look. Oh yeah. They look gay.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm like, these guys are like not making out with each other. Like, you're like Motley Crue.
Oh yeah.
Dude. That's what drag queens wear nowadays, dude. I'm like, dude, you can't say
shoulder
anything.
pads.
You can't say
like
shit to us, dude.
And stuff. Yeah.
You can't fucking, dude. You had makeup on.
And those guys were crushing it, man.
Bro, like, they were fucking hoes,
yeah.
left and right, bro. Mm-hmm. So I think any argument when like, especially people from the 80s or the 90s, I'm like, dude, shut up, man. Like you.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like the older generation probably saw that and were like, how gay is this?
The older, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I find myself going through that now. Like, I think I'm not old, but I'm at an age now where I can see younger generations, and I'm like, that's gay. You know what I mean? Like, even though it might not be or anything like that, but just to my older mind, I was programmed to seeing the things that I grew up with, like the sagging pants and the snapbacks and tattoos, or I don't know, whatever it is that we grew up with.
Said tattoos.
Snapback. I just thought of the song.
Snapbacks and tattoos.
Yeah. And so now I see like differences in fashion and stuff like that now, and I find myself having that thought process of like, gay, you know.
You know, out of all the trends in the 2000s, man, sagging pants was really weird.
Oh yeah.
Like I've tried it. It's really uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. It's like
you can't move your legs.
You can't move anything, dude. What's the point of that? I think it genuinely looks bad. Mm-hmm. And it looks like you're homeless. Yeah. You know, I'm like, who ever thought that was a good idea? You know. So, but prisons. Hey, man, they what?
Prisons.
Yeah, for real, bro. Yeah. I mean,
it still continues though. I still see it.
Yeah, that's how you say it's like with kids or like in prisons?
Sagging pants. Yeah, I still see it, like the cholos and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're yearning for a different time, bro. I was born too late.
Too late.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, man? When I was a kid, I used to be like, man, I wish I was born in the 50s. And this one time I was talking to Obed, and I was telling him, I was like, yeah, man, I wish I was born in the 50s. And he's like, yeah, for you. I'm Mexican, bro. They would have fucking threw tortillas at me, bro. I'm like, oh shit, I never thought of it like that, man. Yeah. No, because I'm pale, so I guess I don't really. Doesn't come into account for me. No, but you're
Mexican as hell.
No, I am. Yeah. But at first sight, I guess it's like, oh, this guy's just a white dude. The glasses. I wouldn't think that. Really? No. That's good.
You dress like Hispanic. You dress very Mexican.
Man. Bro, I hate it when people are like, oh, I thought you were white. Well, actually, it doesn't bother me at all. No. But it's just interesting to see when people... Like at work, when I first started there, everyone was like, oh, dude, I thought you were white. I'm like, dude, I'm more Mexican than any of you fuckers.
Yeah. Dude. Like, even when you dress like... Or, I mean, this was kind of before, but even when you would dress like... I don't even know what to call it. Like, hipster-ish? Is that even the right word?
Don't you ever say that word.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how would you describe your style of dress?
No, it really was hipster, but I hate...
Okay, all right. No, but even when you would dress like hipster, it was like... Oh, that's how a Mexican hipster would dress. Like, it was... You never gave white vibes ever.
Bro, I hate that era. Dude, I hated it. Because I was like, I'm being different. And there's a million other fuckers that did the same shit as me, bro. Yeah. I hate that shit, bro.
It's fun. Being your friend it's been funny to see like your roller coaster evolution.
Yeah.
At least like style wise. Because like stylistically for me, I think we
haven't changed a bit, bro.
At all. This is the same outfit I would have worn in 2014. The only thing you stopped doing
is you stopped coordinating your shoes with the rest of your clothes. Even then, same color as this goddamn shirt.
And I thought about that when I put them on. Yeah.
But before, bro, this guy used to wear red shoes, red shorts. No. Red shoes, red shirt, and like whatever the accent of the shoe was, that was your shorts or whatever.
Yeah. And see, like, that was that for you, how you're like, oh, my hipster phase, fuck. Like, that, for me, that's that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like the matching phase where it was like, oh, man. Like, I looked at some pictures and I was like, was I like part of a team? Like, was I wearing a uniform? Like, what the hell?
Well, I bet you some of the shoes were like, Is he gay?
Dude, probably, man. Probably. You know what? I heard from a source that won't be named that your uncle in high school thought at one point or like said something about us being gay for each other.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I just remember hearing it, and I was like, oh man, like
it's crazy.
What vibe am I putting out right now, man?
For real, bro. You know why? I think it's because everybody thought I was gay. There's a gazillion people who think I'm gay. And I don't care. I fuck hoes, bro. I don't give a shit. No, not anymore. Demo.
He's loyal. I can vouch for him.
Not anymore. But yeah, bro. I just think it's crazy. I love that. I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm a fucking wolf in sheepskin right now.
That is kind of a flex.
Yeah, it is. Like I remember I was watching what's that movie with David Spade and Grown Ups. And then when David Spade is flirting with Rob Schneider's daughters.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, he's telling his daughters. Rob Schneider's telling his daughters, like, don't fall for him, okay? He's a trickster. He's evil.
He's an evil genius.
And then they were like, I thought he was gay. And he's like, he's an evil genius.
That's
I just
what
said.
He does.
I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't do that on purpose though. I'm just like, I guess being myself is gay. Living with my feelings on my chest is gay to these guys. So.
That is funny, man.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god.
I wonder if I've ever put out like gay vibes. You know what is?
I can't tell. My gaydar is like busted, bro.
Yeah, it is kind of busted. I've told you that about guys, and you're like, really? I'm like, yes, dude, like bro, for sure.
I'm just, bro. Like if they got their feelings out, I got my feelings out. You know.
What's funny is that I feel like that is probably the first thing I notice about someone.
They're like if they're gay or not.
Like their sexuality, like what kind of like vibe did they put out there? Like boys or girls. Like if it's a lesbian vibe, that's one of the first thing I notice. Like you're a lesbian. Or like if it's gay, and not in a bad way. I'm not like ew. Like but no, that's like probably one of the first things that I notice about a person. I notice the first thing I probably notice is their gender probably, and then maybe race, and then that, and then like what kind of sexuality are they?
I see.
Yeah. I don't know why my brain processes that, but that's kind of what I
sure
see
it's natural,
first.
Bro.
Yeah.
Shit. Whatever.
Yeah, man.
But trying
to dip-a-roo.
Yeah,
let's
man.
do it. Yeah, let's get something to eat, man.
Yeah, I'm starving, man.
Let's do it.
Gotta watch this Dallas Cowboys game, man.
Yeah, it's probably like almost halfway through.
I'm gonna open my fantasy team right now, and I swear to God, I hope I better be winning, dude.
Hoping that this like hour and a half is just passed.
Yeah, I don't think I could have. I'm glad we did this because I don't think I could have lived past the last
the stress
30 minutes of the games that were going on. So
let's check it out. Let's see how you did, man.
Thank you for joining us on the second episode. Well, not the second, but the second episode of this format of the podcast.
Right.
I've been Dan.
I'm Vic. See you later. That was in sync.